Good evening, class. I've had a few questions regarding about how to navigate the course, how to get uh, connected with my lab, all those different things. So I figured the best way to answer the questions is to make a video and walk you through the course and walk you through where you need to go to connect to my lab. So if we go into our course here, right now I'm in instructor view. Which is at this point is the same as what you're going to see. You see over here on your visual table of contents, the D2L, you have three areas in our course. Course information, which contains the syllabus, all the information about the course, policies, office hours, contact information, everything. If you click on it, it brings you into the link and you can see all the documents, including the official course schedule, which lists out all the dates, important dates of the semester. How you're going to be graded, where you can find a grade book, my course policies, and then there's all of it in one Word document. These are spread out with more information. That's just one condensed course syllabus where everything's there, but it's, as I said, it's a little bit shortened to fit in one document. Okay. So that's in the course information area. If you look over here on the nav pane, you can also see the e-text and you can also see the course content. If you click on course content, you can see 90 here. That's because I'm not in student view. When I go into student view, you'll see there'll be a lesser number of assignments. So let me do that. Go into student view. Go into the course content. And if we look at the course content, what we can see here in the course content, so the nav pane, here's the course information we talked about. Haven't done Pearson eText or MyLab yet, I'll get there. And here we are in the course content. You can see that there's two modules available to you. I actually have modules 1 through 7 are actually all the course materials, and each one is 2 weeks in length, and that'll take us through the entire 14-week semester. Right now, the only one is the first module, which is here, and it's not completes on September 25th, but there are due dates in between that you have to be aware of, and we'll talk about those. Right now, what we're looking at is we're looking at the first module. It's the icebreaker module, and you have to complete all of these activities, okay, activity 1 through activity 7 by Sunday, September 11th at 11:59 p.m. At that point in time, the module will close, and I won't accept any other submissions for or grade anything for this module. Now, when we look at this, if you take a look, you can see the modules and or the activities. And if you open these up, you'll see, what they entail on how to send me an email, what to do, how to do it. And these are all basic activities that allow you to be proficient in Brightspace and in Excel so that I know that you can start the course. So you got a practice submission, you got a discussion posting here in activity 3, a practice submission in 4. I talk about how to take a quiz. Here's a course information quiz. Yes, it's graded. It's just a small part of your grade, but it's part of the grade for the activity or the icebreaker activities. To earn any of the 20 points in this module, you can see you must complete all the activities in the module. And if you don't complete one of them or more than one, you'll end up getting a 0 in the module. So this is something just to introduce you to the course. Go through it. If you have any questions, reach out. And that's what's due for Sunday. After Sunday, the first module of the course opens, and I'll open that up now and we can take a look at it. So in the first module of the course, you can see that all of these modules are basically set up the same way. The first one in any application will have a video in MyLab that I'll link, and you can actually go there. Right now, this link isn't working. I'm working on getting it set up. However, these links down here, if you look at these, you'll click on them, and these are all assignments. So in the module projects, which are due the first Friday of the module on 9/16, you can see that it's module 1, Excel project 1A submission. It begins on page 316 in the e-text. Okay. This is project 1B. It begins on page 347. So if you look at this project introduces you to Excel, and you're going to get the data file that you needed for the project here. Part of the course policies is that you have to download all of your files from within the course, and I provide all of them to you. You start on page 316, you go to step 2 of the project, and Once you go through and complete this, you'll see that you'll have an Excel file that you will then upload to me. I will grade it, make annotations on it, and return it to you. Okay, so that's how they're going to work. So there are two different types of submissions that you'll make in each module. The first one is here to me, and it will be manually graded. If we go back to the module, you'll see mod project 1B, page 347. This is also something that you'll do from the textbook, submit here, from the e-text, submit here, and I will grade. Project 1C, same thing. When you look at these last three, F, G, and the end of chapter quiz, these say all external learning tools. So I actually have these linked directly to the assignments in MyLab. So when you go into MyLab and register, you'll need to go in here for the e-text, but you'll never have to really go in for the assignments. The assignments will all come from clicking on these links. Since I am in student view, if I click on the link, it won't take me there. I only have access to the course as the instructor, but when you click on it, it will actually take you to the assignment. So for example, the first one is due 9/21, and this is 1F balance. It's a homework assignment in MyLab. You're going to submit it. You'll be graded immediately, and then you'll on these content-based assessments, you'll have another opportunity to make corrections and submit it, increase your grade. So it'll be immediately graded, returned to you, and you'll have the opportunity to submit it. On any of these assignments, these I will grade and return to you. They're just one submission only. The regional assessment is also one submission only. So this is where this is the last thing in the module that's due, and I'm really testing you on all the skills in the module to see if you've picked them up. So it's external learning tool. That means it's in MyLab. When you click on the link, it will take you to MyLab and you'll be able to view it. If I click on it now, I'm going to get an error. I'll just do it just to show you. Instead of taking me to the assignment, I'm going to get something from Pearson saying I can't do it because I'm in as a student right now. Okay, so let me go back to here. And the last thing that's due in each module is this chapter quiz. This is open book, open note. You have a half hour to do the quiz. Shouldn't take you that long. All the information can be found in the chapter, and you click on it, it takes you there, you begin. And this is due by the end of the module, by module end. Okay, these two are due by module end. The other two have staggered due dates between them. So that's pretty much how every module is going to be laid out. All 7 modules are going to be laid out in that same format. Okay, there's going to be pretty much the same number of projects. I mean, it may vary by 1 here or there. You're going to have 3 of them that I do hand grading on. You're going to have 2 of them that are immediately graded for your feedback. You'll have one you could submit twice, the other one you submit once, and then you'll have the quiz that you take. That's open book, open note, and you do that before the end of the module. You'll be all set. All of these projects can be submitted late, and I will grade them, and they will be graded up until the time I release the results and download the projects for grading and release them to the class. After I've downloaded and released them to the class, I will no longer accept any further submissions on them. Okay, these will actually end at the end of the module, and the chapter quiz will also end at the end of the module. You will not be able to submit a chapter quiz late. While you'll be able to submit these late at 10% per day, the end of chapter quiz will not be able to be submitted late, because at that point in time, the answers will be released and they will be out to the class. So there will be no further submissions after the end of each module on the quizzes. Okay, you just need to know that up front. If you miss it, you have an entire 2 weeks to do it. If you miss it and don't get it done in the 2 weeks, there isn't anything I'm going to be able to do for you. Okay. All right. So now, let me get out of student mode. Go back to faculty mode. And now when I go into the course content, and I go into wrong one. You can see all the modules that are here now. Okay, they're hidden, but they're there. When I go into module 1 and I look at this, if this is the Excel F balance homework, if I click on this, I shouldn't get that socket error. Let's hope. I get open Pearson. Takes me right to the assignment, or at least it should. This is what's going to happen to you once you're registered for the course. So you can download your materials, download your steps, upload your file, submit it for grading. Okay. So that's how you would go in and do those. All right. So now we're back to the course. You go back to the module. You can look at the quiz. G is going to pop up the same way. The only thing with G is you're not going to be able to make changes to it and resubmit it. F's, you'll be able to make changes to and resubmit once. G, one submission, do your best on it. The grade that you get sticks. Chapter quiz, when I click on it, it'll take me right there. Pearson locks me right into the correct quiz. You don't really have to navigate Pearson other than for the e-text, which I'm going to show you in a second. Okay. Another name for an Excel file that contains one or more worksheets. Well, fill in the blank. I'll give you a hint. That one's going to be a workbook. Another name for a worksheet. Well, they're also called spreadsheets. The intersection of a row and column is a cell. And you can see how this goes. Once you're done with it, you go on to the next question. Okay. When you're done, finish submit for grading. This is misleading. If you save this thing, the timer doesn't stop. Once this timer starts, you've got 30 minutes to finish it. Okay. And you can see that there's 16 questions. A lot of these are multiple choice. This first one might take a while. Obviously, it's a fill in the blank one. Okay. So I'm going to exit this because I'm in preview mode. It won't save it. I'm in here as a faculty. So I will actually finish and submit for grading. There you go. So the 3 that I got right. I got 10% out of 100. Okay. The results will not be released until you're done. I mean, sorry, until the quiz closes. And then you can go back and review all your answers. Close this for now. So I'm back here. Okay. So we've talked about the course. We've talked about how it's set up. We've talked about how you're going to access the stuff in MyLab. And we talked about how you're going to access all your assignments. One thing we haven't talked about is setting up the course for Pearson and getting logged in and getting set up for Pearson. So if you go back here to content, you can see in the table of contents here or in the visual table of contents. If I go out of the course, I'll go to one of my different courses and then come back in. When you get the D2L visual table of contents here, you can see that there's this e-text link. So when you're registering for the course and when you want to set up the course, this is going to be your primary area that you have to go through. Don't try to log into Pearson directly. Don't contact me and ask me for a course code. I'm just going to refer you to this video when I post it because course codes, if you click on this link and go and set up your account or log in through this link and link your account to this course, you will not need any access code, or not access codes, any course codes. You will need an access code from Pearson to register for the MyLab portion. And that comes along when you buy well, that's what you're getting is that access code when you buy the text at the bookstore. You don't, it's an electronic text. These are like $200 and some. If we went for textbooks, since we're doing it this way, it's $100 for the semester. Okay, or somewhere around there. So when you click on this, you're going to go here. There's a Pearson Learning, which you're going to click on that external learning tool. And at this point in time, you're going to have to link and you're going to have to enter in your access code and go through the whole process. So when you do that, before you even get here, you're going to have to go through and set up an account, enter in that access code, and your course code will automatically be populated and everything will be all set. If you already have a Pearson account, it's just going to ask you to log in. Now, if you don't have an access code, like you haven't purchased it yet, you don't have the money, your financial aid is late, there is a 2-week free trial that you can sign up for when you're going through and creating the account. But please realize if you sign up tonight or whatever it is, it's a 14-day trial. So after 14 days, you will be locked out of the course. You won't have access to your e-text or any of the assignments unless you pay the appropriate amount of money. And you can also purchase it directly from Pearson through here. I actually think it might be even a few dollars cheaper than the bookstore if you buy it this way. So once you've successfully set everything up, when you click on that link, it's going to take you directly here. So this is after you've set everything up. This is what it's going to look like. I'm in student view. You're going to see the e-text. And I'm actually going to remove this Go with Microsoft Excel 2019 in a few days after people get here. The only thing you'll be able to see is the e-text, and everything will be accessed through MyLab, or sorry, through Brightspace. You'll click on the link in Brightspace and it will automatically come up for you. Okay. So when we look at here now and you go to the e-text, I'm going to get rid of all these. The only thing you're going to see is this top one, this e-text. These are all other offers that you could buy stuff. And I'm going to try and make it simple for you. But we'll get rid of all that. And you'll click on the top one. And this will open. Now, it automatically took me to page 320 because that's the last page I visited. So it takes you to wherever you were. This project actually starts on project 1A, starts on 316. Okay, so here's 315. It gives you the objectives, all the kind of things. And it talks about the ProFit Marietta first project. When you go to the second page, you can see that it talks about the files for MyLab, IT Grader. This is not submitted. I always tell you, go to step 2. So go to 316. I tell you to start on step 2. So if you're looking, we still haven't gotten to step 2. Okay, so it's on 317. There it is. So you don't have to do any of step 1 because that doesn't apply to this online course. You're not going to be doing that. You get the file that I've provided in Brightspace. And once you have it, you go into the Excel file, open it up, and you will be able to begin right here. And it has figures, and it walks you through step by step. In this case, it's basically talking about terminology and navigating around the Excel window and parts of the window that you have to learn. So these are all there. Okay. And then you continue all the way through the project. Now, when you're done with the project, you can get a variety of different answers. But what I would ask you to do is always go back to the beginning of the project where it starts. On page 316, there is a picture right here of the completed project. So for this item, for A, B, and C, projects A, B, and C, all the hand-graded projects that I'm going to grade and return to you, there is a picture that shows you exactly what your completed project is supposed to look like. Now, you can't just type these numbers in because some of them are formulas, and you have to actually follow the steps of the project, or you're not going to get a grade because you haven't completed it. You could make it look like this, but if you try to just take something and make it look this way, you're certainly not going to. Students have not been able to get good grades on projects by doing this. You actually have to follow the steps throughout the textbook to do that. Now, as you're doing this, if you get stuck on something, there's a video. Each of these accompanies. This is a 2-minute and 33-second video that takes you through all of objective 2. So we're starting here on 320. You're going to go to objective 2. So this is a video on 320 that you can hit play and you can watch. And then actually you're going to repeat the steps in the video, or you can do it while you're watching the video. Okay, so that gives you an idea how the video is going to work. And these, if you go through the steps, you can see that the actual audio on the videos follows along with the steps here, and you can watch what they're doing. So if you have to click a button and you don't know where it is, if you have to click this, I used to, when I first started teaching this course, I used to make the videos myself. Right now, these are professionally produced, and they're, I'll be honest with you, the quality is better than any video that I can make. So, you know, the textbook publishers have really gone out of their way to provide a step-by-step instruction manual for you to continue and learn from in the course. Since it's an online course and there can't be any direct instruction, I'm here to answer your questions, provide a resource, help you with anything that you get stuck on. So I'm here for you. Please make sure when you're emailing me, or if you have any issues with anything, you always attach the file you're working on. And also, please type a detailed question, because the biggest problem that I have is trying to interpret where you are in the project. So I need to know exactly where you are, what you were trying to do, and I need to see that file if you get something that you're stuck on. Okay. So I hope this has made it much clearer to you as to how you get into the course, how you navigate my course, and how you're able to be successful this semester and what's going to be required. As I said, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. I'm going to end the video now, and I'll post it in the announcement sections for you guys to watch. So have a great evening. You know, maybe we'll see each other at the final. Hopefully you'll get 93s. If you looked in the course policies, if you get a 93, you don't have to come in and take the final. But otherwise, have a great evening, and I'm wishing you a successful semester.